This is episode 22, why you need to focus on improving your website experience right now so you can plan on the upcoming Google algorithm changes next year. Welcome to the Calm Marketer Podcast. My name is Kenneth Fong, a digital marketer on a mission to help businesses thrive. I'll bring you on my marketing journey where you'll get to learn from my experiences as an INFP navigating an extroverted world and get actionable marketing tips for your business. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. All right, so I read an article on Search Engine Journal titled 7 Tips to Improve Your Core Web Vital Scores and Page Experience Signals by Rachel Costello. And reading this kind of put a sour taste in my stomach because it kind of hit home the fact that Google is really focusing on user experience more than ever before. And if you've been using Google Search Console this year, you'll remember that earlier this year, they included a new feature, a new report called Core Web Vitals. And this report tells you the usability of your site. And I think in May or the spring of 2020, Google did mention this and really wanted to point out that user speed, security, and usability would be extremely important. And they will factor in those usability metrics in an algorithm update, and apparently there's going to be a big one in 2021. And so if you don't want to get hit by this huge Google algorithm update coming up, you need to really focus on your website user experience. I know in SEO, in online marketing, it's all about content, and that's great. But at the same time, we need to start to step back and really focus on the user experience and focus on how we can improve the current content on your site, how we can make it easier for people to navigate, how we can just improve the fluidity of the content being displayed. And so I think now is a really good time to just hold the brakes on just pushing out new content and really focusing on things like page speed, mobile usability, securing your page with an updated SSL certificate, not linking to mixed content like non-HTTPS resources, and just making sure everything on your site is secure. So one of the biggest things that I wanted to touch on is the Core Web Vitals report in your Google Search Console. If you go to Google Search Console, on the left under Enhancements, there's the Core Web Vitals report. And depending on how large your site is and how much traffic it receives, the report might not be visible for smaller sites. But if your site does get a lot of traffic, this report is visible. Now, in this report, you'll see the issues that are labeled poor, need improvement, and good. So if you have issues under the poor column, you definitely want to fix those before this Google algorithm update launches. I have some clients that are under the need improvement column, and this is important to focus on as well. And Google determines your status by 3 factors, 3 measurements. There's something called largest contentful paint, LCP. That basically means how long it takes the page to render the largest visible content. So if that's, a header element, the featured image on the very top above the fold, that's what it's talking about. The second one is first input delay. That's FID. That means how long it takes the page to start responding to user actions. So how long would I need to wait in order for me to, fill out a form? How long would I need to wait in order for me to click a button, click a link, and things like that? And a third one is cumulative layout shift. That's CLS. That's how much the page UI shifts during page loading. So as a page loads, you don't want the page to jump around. You don't want elements to skip down or jump up because it confuses the visitor and it might cause them to accidentally click the wrong link or the wrong button. So you want to make sure the elements that can be clicked on stay where they are and they don't shift as a page is loading. Okay, so all of this really buckets under overall page speed, especially in the beginning parts of the page load. You want to make sure that the elements above the fold are loading extremely fast. You want to make sure people can quickly use the page. And you want to make sure that people don't accidentally click on something else while the page is loading. Now, to improve these, it is a little bit more technical. This isn't something that anyone can really take a quick minute or so to improve. You really need to dig down and go on a page by page level to see kind of like what is really, the cause of the slow page loading. You might need to hire a developer or use some developer resources to kind of dig through and make improvements. Another way is to install some page speed plugins if you have a WordPress website. These will be able to help you kind of increase the page load or decrease the page load, increase the speed, and that can help as well. So something to keep in mind, it's now is the time to really focus on user experience and page speed. Everyone wants a fast loading website. So make sure your site is loading fast and try not to do super crazy bells and whistles on your site. If you have a pop-up widget, make sure it doesn't fill up the entire page. That really decreases the overall usability, right? Because someone can't read what they want to read and then they need to exit out of it. You don't want that. So another way is maybe to make it a little smaller banner on the very bottom if you want to pop up, or maybe add it on the page itself. So you don't want to put up crazy pop-ups and crazy widgets that will impede on the overall usability. So I think now is the time to keep sites very, very simple. Don't go crazy on the design. I would just really focus on making sure the copy is clear, that it's easy to read, that it's easy to use, and don't go crazy with the CSS or crazy images, crazy videos. I think now is a time to really focus on simplicity and speed, right? So simplicity equals speed for the most part. So make your site simple, that way you can make it fast. So if you really want to hone in on improving this, definitely make sure you have your Google Search Console ready and go through it. You do have time before the algorithm comes. The algorithm update comes. So hire a developer, bring on some resources to really focus on your core web vitals, focus on your page speed before you get dinged next year. And with that said, I will see you on the next episode.